Welcome back, everybody. Tabletop Toki here. I have a very exciting package. This is probably my most anticipated game that's coming out, at least in the beginning part of this year, that's been announced. So I'm super excited to open it up here. So luckily, our sponsors over at Noble Knight Games were able to send me a copy along with an extra little goodie. So if you want to give them some love, the link is down in the description below, and it also benefits our channel if you make any purchases. So without further but apparently I didn't have this particular expansion for this game, so I'm very, very glad that Noble Knight had it in stock and that I was able to get a copy. Ooh, so exciting. Also, you like my new X-Acto, guys? Check this out. It's just like a clicky pen, which is pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and I don't want to spoil what both things are, so I think I'll probably set this off to the side and grab the expansion first, and then we'll take a look at the main game here in a bit. All right, so I'm gonna move this slightly off camera. So the expansion that we have here is for a very popular tactical game called Neuroshima Hex. So this particular expansion is the Smart expansion. This one isn't new. Like I said, I thought I had ordered it a long time ago. I had it marked in my inventory for like my board games, but oh, sorry. Sorry about the audio. Thank you, Tristan. So I marked down, and then looking in my box, I didn't have it for some reason. I have all of my Neuroshima expansion boxes up above my calyx, and somebody pointed out to me that I did not have this particular expansion, which was news to me. So yeah, very, very excited. And I'm not sure which part of the audio cut out, but the games today are from Noble Knight, so super excited that they partnered with the channel and that I was able to get this, because like I said, it is now out of print and very hard to find, at least here. So with the Neuroshima Hex expansions, if you're not familiar, they are a tile placement game, and it's a tactical game. So you're going to be placing tiles out onto a hex, and then you have different units that you can place that have different melee and ranged capabilities, and then different modules you can connect based on their placement. And then like battle tokens, which will trigger battles at very crucial points when you have your units in the most favorable positions. And then each different faction has some unique abilities as well. It is a very enjoyable game. There's also a solo puzzle mode called for the Iron Gang faction. I think they're just called hex puzzles. And those have been really fun. It's kind of similar to those solo chess puzzles where you have to win in a certain number of moves or capture a certain piece in a number of moves. And those have been really fun to do. So I'm very much looking forward to trying out this expansion as well. Hopefully everybody's having a good week so far. I don't know where y'all are located, but over here in the Midwest, we've been having some really interesting weather. So if you are experiencing that as well, stay safe out there, because it is pretty nasty. Okay, and I'm just gonna punch all the different tiles here. This tile in particular is the HQ tile. So that is the base that you're trying to damage for your opponent. And it looks like this particular faction has some faction specific tokens here. Very cool. This is the game that I definitely want to get to the table more this year, now that I'm not doing the play every game challenge. So hopefully we can do that or get that set up and have some multiple plays. I think these are all just blink tokens. I always get super paranoid when I'm punching things to make sure. I don't know if y'all are the same, but I always worry that I'm throwing away the actual tokens. And it does come with a baggie, but I do have my game here, and I have them bagged a very certain way. Surprise, surprise. So I follow that baggie scheme. All right. So we have our rule book. We have our different faction pages. So I'm just gonna unfold this. So it has a reference sheet for all of the different faction pieces and units, modules, and what have you. A little overview, some quick advice, some FAQs on the back. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in organized by alphabetical order. I have a couple of the promos as well, which I am excited to try out because I haven't gotten to those yet. But as you can see, I try to keep up and collect all the different factions, even though I haven't gotten to play a lot of them yet. But like I said, I'm hoping to change that this year. And let's see, SM comes after SH. That sounds about right. So we'll take care of that for the rule book. And we have, this is the board that I was talking about where you're placing your units out. The central spaces are for 2-player games, and apparently you can play with more, but I'm very hesitant to want to do that. It just seems like it would be super chaotic to have a lot of different factions out on the board. Okay, and then for our baggies, I have my baggie solution here. I know I have a problem. I have a cheese box of baggies. Like, why not, right? So 1 baggie for the tiles, and then 1 baggie for the HQ and any special action ability shit. Okay. Alright, so while I'm bagging this up, if anybody has any guesses about the main game is in the box, which we're about to open, let me know. I'm super excited. It actually came in over the weekend, and I've been waiting to open it on stream. It's taken all of my self-restraint, honestly, so y'all are welcome. I absolutely agree. Organizing games are a big part of the fun. I know that there was, whatchamacallit, was it the Rise of Moloch stuff? Where there is a Hiroshima Hex expansion box that has like an organizing solution, but from what I remember, it barely had enough at the time to fit all the factions that were currently released, and they're still creating new ones. So it's like, why would I buy a box that's going to be obsolete within like a year or two? That just seems a little nonsensical to me. And I absolutely don't mind using baggies for this one. The game itself doesn't have a whole lot of setup other than just getting the factions picked and then just shuffling your tiles. So it's not like having a special organizer or a super like box specific organizer for all the factions is particularly helpful in cutting down on setup time or things like that. I'm just gonna tuck the HQ tile in here. Alrighty, and I think I also have a bag for the damage bullets. Yeah. Hiroshima Hex. So, yeah, I'm not sure all of the different factions usually come with a couple extra bullets, so I've just been collecting them, and I have quite a few now, you know, pretty impressive. All right, so these are the boards for the originals, but as y'all saw for the Smart expansion, they just come with the actual rule book that has that fold out. So we'll set all of those back in here, just like that. And I'll have to add the box itself to my display on top of my calyx. I'll have to like post a picture. Actually, it's been a long time since I've done like a board game room tour or anything, or taken like shelfies. So I'll probably have to do that soon, either on Instagram or maybe I'll make it into a little video. All right, so the first little goodie was the Hiroshima Hex expansion. And now we're getting to the main event, which, like I said, is one of my most anticipated games for this year, if not my most anticipated right now. So if y'all have any guesses, let me know. While we're doing that, again, shout out, Noble Knight was nice enough to send these over. So if y'all want to check out what they have in stock and support the channel, the link's down in the description. And while we have the table clear here, y'all like the new playmat? Does it look familiar? You can't see the edges, but they have like the coloring of the channel, and in the other little corner they have the little tabletop Toki bunny die brand as well. I figured this looks a little nicer than just having a black background, but it's not too distracting because it's like a cool dark neutral color. So we'll have to see how it looks in some of the videos as well, but super exciting that came in. Okay, oh my gosh, this is so heavy. So we have Kuntahora, the City of Silver from CGE Games. I am super excited for this one. It's a Euro game with some heavy economics in it. There are some asymmetrical player powers, and I just couldn't be happier. Very excited. CGE has a very varied output of games. So they have some party games like one of my personal favorites is Trap Words, which is like Taboo, but you set words for traps for the other team to not guess. There's also Codenames, obviously, which I'm a huge fan of. Codenames Duet. Pictomania, which is a really fun speed drawing game. Big fan of those, but they also have some funkier titles as well. Adrenaline being one of them that I super love, which is like a first-person shooter, player versus player game. And Tashkalar, which is not dissimilar from Hiroshima Hex, where it's a little bit more of an abstract 2 to 4 player game. So I'm very excited to see what a Euro from them is going to look like. So we have silver has been discovered in a hill in central Bohemia. Miners flock to the site, turning a sleepy Czech village into a 14th century boomtown. You lead a wealthy family making its mark in the new town, mine for silver, guide the guilds, ride the waves of supply and demand, build the town of Kuntahora. So this is based off of actual historical events. It seems very similar to the gold rush that happened in the States back in the day. I'm very bad with dates. This was a very prominent time in Czech and Central European history. So yeah, we have our little ad. There are some of the ones. You know, I haven't actually ever played Galaxy Trucker, but I feel like I really need to. Oh, and then of course, Lost Ruins of Arnak as well. And we have our rule book here. Oh, so glossy, so pretty. I'm very excited. I love the aesthetic of this game as well. And I love that they include a lot of the history here. Like I said, I'm not a big history buff, but when it's integrated into a game, that's something that gets me really interested. Actually, any themes integrated into a game that have actual historical or scientific facts. The information just sticks in my brain a little bit better. Nice. Oh, and it has some more background here about the different guilds. Excellent. I am very excited. The aesthetics of this game too are just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very interested to see how they play out. I've heard very good things. We have some player reference sheets here. Fronts and backs. All right, and We have, it looks like the cathedral. I'm assuming this is St. Barbara's Cathedral. One of the main points, or one of the main ways you can get points in the game, I believe, is to add on to that cathedral. We'll go ahead and punch her out. Curious too if anybody has played this one. It's not a preview copy or anything like that. So I know that there are definitely some people that have been able to play it already, or maybe previewed it at like conventions. But I have not gotten to yet. My plan is to unbox it here today, get it all organized, read it tomorrow, and then have it on the table for Thursday game night. 80, we're gonna place those there. And then we have some coins as well, which they're really nicely printed. They feel very hefty, but those will be replaced with iron clays for sure when we play. Okay. And then we have some of our buildings, it looks like. Ooh, they're almost like metallic. Oh, and look how pretty those colors are too. I love that. It kind of reminds me of when I was in Germany, they did a lights festival. So artists, and I know that this is maybe a common thing in Europe because one of the graffiti artists that I follow on YouTube was commissioned to do a similar festival for, I think it was in Barcelona. But they have artists that are commissioned to make artwork that's going to be displayed with a projector on a particular building at nighttime. And so they have the event where a lot of the central downtown buildings that are very prominent have art projected onto them. And this coloring, like the yellows and blues and all the vibrant colors, kind of is what the buildings look like when they're illuminated with some of the arts. So that's pretty cool. I don't think that's what they were going for necessarily. It looks more like it might be, maybe not. The schemes look similar to I'm assuming these are resource schemes or guild schemes. But we'll set those over here for now. We have some more buildings. So those were gold and these are silver, but following a similar scheme. Very pretty. I really like the aesthetic of this game. Oh, and blue. So we have some different ones. I do really enjoy Euro games. I would say that they're my preferred style of game if I had to choose one, but not but, I should say, and it's great to see that there are a lot of artistic updates to a lot of Euro games that are coming out nowadays. Like I know Bitoku was one of the big ones that, I wouldn't say it was one of the first, but it was definitely one of the ones that kind of put Euro games on the map as far as, or at least subverted some people's expectations for dry Euros looking very beige and companies being more willing to branch out and hire artists or hire artists and commission artists to do work that's a little bit more vibrant and a little bit more evocative. So big ups for that. This one definitely is definitely a pretty understated, I would say, but it absolutely has a really prominent aesthetic and it's one that I am very attracted to. So super excited. And I'm not sure what this is. Oh, these are for the market tracks, I bet. So these are going to get constructed in a second. Wait till I have all the pieces punched out for those. Over at baggies, those up here, and more punches. Even the backs of the coins are so detailed. That's really nice. Too bad they're just going to stay in the box in lieu of using clays. I feel like this is one where metal coins would definitely be more in character for the game than iron clays, but it is what it is. Maybe I will get a set of generic metal coins for this game and other games that would be more appropriate. If y'all have any suggestions for that, feel free to let me know in chat or put them down in the comments. I know a lot of people will use like the scythe coins, but those are while they are very cool and very pretty, just the different colors don't really fit with the aesthetic of most games. Oh, and there's our other bronze-ish tile, gold tile. Okay, and we have our board here in a couple different parts. So it looks like we have fronts and backs, probably for different player counts, I would imagine. Oh, and even the board has like metallic-y finishes to it. So beautiful. What was in the box? This is what's in the box. It's Kuntahora, City of Silver. And if you go back and stream a little bit, there was also an expansion for Nurishima Hex that I mistakenly had thought I had ordered and is now out of print, but luckily Noble Knight had some in stock, or had the one in stock, and I was able to get it, get my grubby little paws on it. Ooh, we have a lot of stuff down here. Okay, let's see. These look like the player boards. I'm just gonna take those out. Oh, they fold down so that they're dual layered. That's really nice. Yeah, I'm into that. 10 out of 10. I'm very curious to see how this one plays. Reading through a lot of the comments on Board Game Geek, people who have played, it sounds like it plays very differently at 2 than it does at 3 or maybe even 4. So the consensus seems to be that it's best at 3 or 4 and that 2 is not as good. So I'm glad that we'll be able to try it out at Board Game Night with a full complement of 4 players this week. But I'm curious to see how it is at 2 as well. I know with a lot of Euro games, sometimes at 2 players, you have more flexibility and opportunities to score big points. And I absolutely love scoring big points. One of the things about Euro games that is very attractive. Oh, look at that. It's even printed on the second layer. So you have the overlay. That's really nice. Oh dear. Ooh. I tell you what, these game component designs they are not what they used to be, but in like a good way. That sounds like I should launch into a spiel about back in my day, but honestly, it's not like I've been in the hobby that long, but things have definitely picked up in the past couple of years as far as board game aesthetics and component quality and what have you, which you won't see me complaining. I do like that it's very detailed and the icons seem to be very functional as well, though, keeping track of all the different components that you're going to be placing out on your player board and the different slots. They have numbers underneath. Ooh, I'm a little worried to bend this, but that's what you're supposed to do. There we go, player board number 2. We'll continue with the player boards, I think, next. Save this piece for later. And welcome to everybody who's just joining now. Thanks for being here. Hopefully everybody's having a good night so far. Let me know if there are any games that you're anticipating getting soon or have gotten this year that you're excited about. I'm definitely behind the curve on new games, so it's good to hear. It was recommended to me, I think first by one of my friends who tried it, demoed it, got it at Essen. They said that I would really like it, and then another friend of mine took a look at it and got to try it out. I'm not sure if they tried it at Gen Con or afterwards, but I've heard very good things, so I'm extremely excited. And these were personal recommendations to me, not just generic like, oh, this game is really cool and really hot. They were like, no, Tia, like for you, you need to check this one out. All right, player board 3 to 4 done, and 4-4. Here we go. I also don't know if I'm the only person that's tempted to do this, but any of these little punchy parts, especially ones that look functional, like this even has some marbling on it, it looks like, I always feel tempted to keep them for board game design purposes. Not that I actively design board games, but my brain is like, oh, I bet I could do something cool with that. In fact, I have a whole box full of things that seem like they would be useful for board game components or playtesting. Just seems like common sense if they're going to give you little punch outs or extra blank components like with the Nurishima Hex ones. Backed crossbows and catapults on Kickstarter. Had the original as a kid, so excited to play it with my 8-year-old son. Whoa, okay, so even the name sounds cool. Does it have like actual catapults? Is there a dexterity element? Because if so, I'm gonna need to look into that. That sounds wild. Okay, some more coins here. Another little board here that's probably gonna fix to the main board in some way. The tracker. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm in. Gotta check that out. Great, and we have some more. This looks like where the buildings are gonna go, or some of the building tiles. Okay, we have more sliders. Whoa, look at this seal. Love it. I actually have a wax seal kit for writing letters. It's been one of the best investments I've made, not gonna lie. Other than board gaming, of course. Have to build a castle and shoot things at it to knock it down for crossbows and catapults. Oh, that sounds so fun. You'll have to let me know how it is when you get your Kickstarter copy and when it's out. I'm assuming hopefully they'll have some retail versions as well. I do love a good dexterity game, not gonna lie. Whoa, this is a really key double here. Okay. These and another addition to the board. There are a lot of boards. Oh, even the back is so beautiful. What? I really love Gothic architecture. So maybe that's part of what attracts me to this too. Like just looking at the church in the background. Oh, it's so beautiful. Sometime in July. That's really soon. That's exciting. Hopefully it shows up relatively close to being on time. I know that that's been a huge issue with Kickstarters in general, especially since, you know. All right. And we have, these look like the different mining tiles, which is a huge component of the game as it's built on the events that turned the city into a boomtown related to silver mining. All right, so we'll just make a pile over here for these. Ooh, this is really popping off. There's a lot of pieces here. I'm hoping that the rules won't be too crazy to get through. I did see a couple, at least one person on Board Game Geek that said that the rules were a bit difficult, but that didn't seem to be an overarching concern with a lot of people. So you never know. I will keep an eye out in November then for crossbows and catapults. The story behind this game, so it's based on, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Kutná Hora is a city in the Czech Republic, and this is from the 14th century where they discovered a lot of silver, and it became a boom town. So this game is revolves around collecting silver with mining, which are these tiles here, and then also adjusting the markets, establishing guilds, building the cathedral. I believe it was St. Barbara Cathedral, and just the development of the small little village into a very booming industrial town. So it's got a lot of Euro vibes, some market manipulation, economics, tile placement, different things like that. Ooh, I'm not sure what these tabs are. They look fun. They might have to do with the sliders, so we'll have to look and see what that is in the rules. It looks like these are player specific along with the specific player pieces. So I think what we're gonna do is start dividing these up and make player bags. Oh, these pieces are so nice. Which one can you see the best? Maybe these blue ones? I had no idea. I thought they were just gonna be wooden cubes, but look at the detail. Ooh, it's probably not gonna be in focus, but wow. Little buildings, and this looks like it's gonna be the trackers for resources and what have you. Little busts of your dudes. Oh my goodness. What is happening? This is so nice. Wow, I love how detailed those are. That's really beautiful. Yeah, I had no idea. Just looking at the graphics from the back of the box and things, I didn't look at it too closely because I'm definitely more concerned just with the overall aesthetic and the mechanics of the game. So component quality, as long as it's not shoddily done to where it inhibits my ability to enjoy the game, it's not something that I necessarily look for when deciding to purchase a game. But that's a nice surprise, honestly. Those are really, really gorgeous. I'm just gonna punch out the rest of these and then figure out the best way to baggy everything. Ooh, ooh, those are so nice. Okay, and these people are not player color specific, so we'll just put them in the pile for now. Super beautiful. Yeah, and I love the glossy and metallic finish on a lot of these components too, the cardboard ones. This makes it feel very luxurious, even though they're still just chits. And all the filigree, dang. Big ups. All right. Punch the rest of those out, and let's put them over here. Over here. Alrighty, so now we have to figure out what's happening with these tracks. Actually, let's start putting things back in. So I'm gonna start with the actual boards. Ooh, this is a hot mess. Hold, please. These are the biggest board components. Oh, I love this point track, honestly. It's so beautiful. Let's get our other boards in here. We have our player boards, dual layered. These as well. Put this in here too. And we have our cards. I haven't opened yet, so let's whip those out. Nice looking boards. Yeah, I agree. Buy the game just to pop out the cardboard. I mean, this one had some, I will say this, it didn't have a lot of punching. Well, okay, I guess it's all relative, right? But there are definitely games that have more punching if you're just going for the punching. But these ones were super clean. So props to CGE for getting that right. Sometimes you get a game and you have a lot of stuff to punch, which is usually exciting, but when it's like a bad machine job, then it's less fun, because then the whole time you're like worried about like the little shit's dangling or things ripping and what have you. So this one was very, very clean. Cardboard ASMR. Yeah, we should definitely have like a punch party. Ooh, beautiful. Even the backs of the cards. Okay, that one's a little sus, but dang, so pretty. These are that's the coin design from the front of the box. Yeah. These are what I saw. These really colorful dual cards. So somebody said they're multi-use. I don't know if they're multi-use or if it's just like the two different actions that you can choose from. I'll have to look into that more. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all can see on the camera, but even the little background filigree around the edges is metallic. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. I just saw these colors and the level of detail in the illustration style, and I thought, man, that's a game. I'm very excited to see. Ooh, yeah. This is doing it for me, guys. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, I've absolutely torn cardboard pieces before too, and it is the worst. This one, though, everything, just touch it and punches. And I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again, but the best punching experience I've ever had was with the Dark Souls board game. Now, there are a lot of things that are wrong with that game, but the punch board was, bar none, the best punch experience I've ever had. Literally just run your finger along the chits and they just popped right out. It was insanity. I don't know how they got it to do that without it completely falling apart inside of the box. Okay, time for the baggie. We need a huge bag for the cards. I may end up splitting them into 2 bags later on, but I think for now, we'll just keep them in one big bag. Ooh, that's a good fit. Beautiful. And although I did see that somebody had said something about like it doesn't fit the card sleeve, so I wonder if these is supposed to. No, these look like sliders for the whatchamacallit thing. Hey James, thanks for joining. Ooh. We just got done punching everything, so now it's time to start organizing, bagging, and constructing all the wonderful little bits that we have here. I'm gonna put these all in here. I will say too, the other nice thing about this new playmat is that it's a lot easier to clean than my previous one. The previous one had like a neoprene, not neoprene, what was it? Like a jersey stretch fabric over the top of it. So it was kind of textured and dust and things would kind of settle in there, which drove me crazy. But this one is very smooth. Like even all these little chit dusty particles are just swiping right off. Oof. Yep. City of Silver, super excited. I haven't gotten to play it, so very, 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 very very much looking forward to getting it on the table. Hopefully this Thursday. Which, if it's as good as I'm hoping it is and anticipating it is, and if I love it as much as I'm hoping I will, definitely probably gonna, at the very least, post something on Instagram with some initial thoughts, and we'll see what happens. Maybe, unfortunately, there's not, at least that doesn't come with the game. Maybe CGE will put one out because I know they've done PDFs before, a solo mode, or maybe someone will develop one, but I still say 2 to 4. Also, just wanted you to know, playthrough of The Last Lighthouse convinced me to back the game. Oh, great. I'm super glad to hear it. Yeah, I know, like my biggest thing was that the regular mode was felt very easy, but I know that they updated quite a bit. I updated the description of the video as well to note some of the changes for the retail release, since that was a preview copy, and it sounds like they made some really good revisions just to upscale the difficulty and make it feel even better than it already was. Hey Rick, you are looking at Kuntahora, City of Silver. It was officially released, I suppose, last year. I know they had it at Essen, but this is the first time I'm getting my hands on it, and I am super excited. And I agree, James. I would much rather them be honest and say, like, this plays 2 to 4, instead of just tacking on a solo mode that's not up to standard. And there are some very talented community members and very dedicated, passionate community members that absolutely make some amazing solo modes. So I'm sure that, you know, if there's love for the game, if it's as good as they say, we'll be seeing some of those shortly here. Which I also feel like this is going to be the year of me getting to finally try out some unofficial solo modes that I just, for a really long time, felt like I didn't have a whole lot of time to, trying to play all of my games again and things. I'm really excited for that. I know on the last stream, a lot of people had talked about, one of the games that I unboxed was Enchanted Plumes, and people were talking about the designer released an official solo mode for that. And there are a couple other games on my list too that I really want to check out the solo modes for. Ooh, made the solo modes for a few later games. Ooh, do tell, which ones? Very excited to check those out if they're ones that I have handy. Okay, so I think it's time to look at what's going on with these, because these will require space for storing in the box, and then I can kind of plan how I'm going to store everything else around that. So, where did I put the rule book? Oh my goodness. Y'all, I literally just have this stream table and this little side table, and I don't know where I put the rules. Am I crazy? Is it under? What's happening? Nope, it's not in the lid. It's not in here. Did I couldn't have put it inside of Nurishima Hex. Somebody play back the tapes. Did I put it underneath? Interesting. There are only... Did it fall? No. They go in the box. It's under the bench boards in the box. I found it. Jesus. Oh. Let's see. The boxing puzzle. Yep, same. And it's like a double spatial reasoning puzzle, because you have to get everything into the box and then you have to get the box on your shelf. 10 out of 10 game. Let's see, James said Planet Nature versus Nurture, Athenian Mystic Library, Starry Night Sky. Whoa, that's awesome. I really want to try Athenum. Is that how you say it? Athenum? I've never had to say it out loud. Mystic Library. That's one that I have on my list that I've really been wanting to try as well. So once I do get it, I'm excited to try your solo mode for it. Okay. Now let's see. Ooh, card stand assembly. Ooh, okay, sure. Let's take a look. Step A. Pull it over, and this little thing goes, but oh, in here like this. Yes, no, maybe so. Having flashbacks to the White Castle unboxing stream, trying to construct the little bridges. All right. This is supposed to go all the way down, it looks like, and be flush, but it's a little tight of a fit. There we go. Okay, good. Clear. Let's do both of them at the same time. Did I break my bridges? Luckily, no. I was very nervous that I was going to, especially the little parts that kind of look like this, but were even thinner. I managed not to, though. I was very proud of myself. All right. And let's do the second one here. Athenum is a fun drafting game, doesn't get much love. Yeah, it's been on my radar for a bit, but it's been hard to find a copy. Or at least for a while, was difficult to find a copy without paying an exorbitant amount. And I know when, was it Cool Stuff Inc., when they were doing their like going out of business sale, they had one, but they didn't have anything else that I wanted to get with the free shipping. And they said it was on back order, which I'm like, well, if this is like a going out of business sale or what have you, then how are you going to say you have back order stuff that's coming in later? I don't know. I was just a little skeptical. So I ended up not getting it from there. The timing of it coming out right at the beginning of the pandemic, yeah, that makes it a little rough, especially if it's a 2 to 4 player game primarily. Okay, let's try it. This one's not wanting to go. Oof, okay, well, that's not going anywhere now. That is in there. Okay, this side up with the resources, and we have this component here, and it's gonna fold up like this. It looks like this looks like a little spider, like one of those little head crabs from, what is that, Half-Life? The little leggies. Maybe I'm just crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little bit there and a little bit here. Bada bing, bada boom. Perfect. That looks right, I think. I feel like I'm missing something though. Step C is to put the card in, and then to put these in there as well. Wait. Yeah, this way. And this slides in here, but there's this in the way. Oh no. This goes on the bottom though, it looks like. Wait a minute. Ooh, Renegade has a reprint planned. That's good to know. That's kind of like with Sentient. Every now and then it comes back in stock and I'm like, buy every copy you can find because it's gonna be out of print soon. This looks... I'm glad it looks right to you because it looks correct to me as well, but also, oh, this goes down, that's why. Jeez. The only problem is it looks like it should be up at the top because what? Somehow, this is for this down here. And these are supposed to slot in to the sides, but there's no... Oh, I see the problem. Hold, please. Love the look of the cover of the game. Yeah, honestly, I'm a fan. There are these little slots on the side. That's where these go. And then the sliders go on top. That makes way more sense. I love that it's a very dark, with like the blacks and the contrast with the gold and silver. And then that the cards and building art have like some very vibrant color blocking. I just think that that's so attractive. Very much big fan. All right, and here are the sliders. Ah, there we go. Okay, all coming together now. Although I'm thinking that the sliders will need to be taken out for storing it in the box, but I'm not sure. This seems very subject to getting damaged if they're left like that and stored. So we're just gonna leave those out and probably put them in a little baggie. Let's get this other one constructed. Now that we know how it goes, should be easy peasy. All right, good, good. The top. And this little boy goes right in here. Cha cha cha. Alrighty. Oh, beautiful. You'll love to see it. Okay, so we can continue with the box puzzle now. I think I'll place these up towards the top so that things won't crush them if this box is standing upright. In fact, we'll put them on the side as well, over here. Okay. These little sliders fit in this bag. We're gonna find out. Yep, they do. Sweets, love that. Yeah. Back to the box. Okay, we'll just set those there. And for the tiles, I'm gonna do a quick peek and see how the tile setup works. If they all need to go together or if they need to be separated. So it looks like the red patrician buildings go in a stack. Where are those? Oh, these are these. And then group the buildings into 6 stacks by color. And we need the tiles with the gold marked corner that will go at the bottom of their stacks, and the rest go in. So, I mean, there are only a couple of buildings of each color, so I think if I just put them all into the same baggie, it'll be okay. Famous last words. Only time will tell once it actually gets to the table. So I suppose we'll see. There are often times where I will baggie something one way and then upon playing it be like, you know what, for playability's sake and for the ease of setup and tear down, change up how things are packaged together. It's really hard to know until you're actually there setting up and playing the game and know how everything works. I like the little pink buildings. Super cute. The butchers, the bread market, the bakery, and the fish market. Ooh, cute. Okay, and let's put these all into 6 building types. Be a little crazy here and put them in some sort of color order. I know that some people are very not particular about things like that, but for some reason, my brain just needs things to be as organized as possible. Okay. We have those buildings. Actually, they should probably go up here because we'll need a big bag for the cards. Oh, the cards are already there. Just kidding. And we have another baggie for these gold buildings. It says to have the reds. I'm not sure if the other colors need to be mixed up or not, but I'm sure when I set it up, that'll be easy to distinguish, and then I'll know how to put it away for next time. Okay. And then we have a whole bunch of other stuff. Let's see, I'm gonna put all the coins in one bag for sure. And a little bit like that. Right there. And our other ones, let's see, our whatchamacallit tiles, mining tiles. We're gonna go in here. Okay. Beautiful. Put those to the side. And let's see, we need more baggies. So, ooh, some little like stampy things too. Check it out. That's pretty cute. Those are probably gonna go with the seal. This little baggie can hold these purple chits. Like swans, but they're not swans, they're standing upright, so I'm not really sure what those are supposed to be. Put those there. We have our player bags, the super dope pieces. Ugh. Oh, look at the green ones! That's a really nice color green too. Dang. Ooh, and even the orange, it's more of like a, I don't know, is that like a burnt sienna? Is that the color? Channeling some inner Bob Ross there. Okay, let's put, looks like these components all just kind of are unique ones that go out every game. So I'm just gonna group those together for the cathedral, the seal, and then these two little trackers. Put those right there. We need a couple more little baggies for these. Actually, these look like they're for mining. You can probably go, I'll get a bigger bag for these. And I'll use this bag for these little ones right here. I'm still unsure what these sticker tabs are for. Maybe it says in the rules. Maybe there was something with the assembly, but everything fits together so nicely. Oh, they're for the player boards. Shoot, those are at the bottom. There's a metal coin set. Uh-oh. These metal coins are really nice. Remember when I was saying I might get a set of generic metal coins that just fit with this kind of theme? I wonder, okay, hold on. Quick pause. I need to look up and see how much they are. Kings of Horror metal coin. Looks like they're selling for about 20 bucks, but how many come in the set? 10 20s, 16 5s, and 25 1s. So that's like, how does math work? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Like 50 some coins, 51 coins for 20 bucks. Is that a good deal? They're super pretty and they're very legible. And I feel like 1s, 5s, and 20s are good denominations for a lot of games. Okay, I'm putting them on my want list, and we'll see. Whew. All right. What were we doing? Right, box of the game. We need one more little baggie and one more medium-sized bag. Oh, we were fixing up the player boards, right? Let's do that first quick. Okay, so we have little tabs that are going to be apply double-sided tape as shown. Oh, they have little tape markers. Oh my gosh. They think of everything. How does this work? Can I just go here? Does it? Oh, it goes on and peels off? Did it go? Nope. Try that again. Stick it on. Oh, that is wonderful. Oh, I've never had a game that had double-sided tape applicators. All right, guys, I'm ready to rate it on BGG. Tape application, best experience of my goddamn life. It doesn't matter if the game is good or not. This was by far the most satisfying board game experience I've ever had. 11 out of 10. Ooh, baby. Wonderful. And then, we're gonna just press. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Y'all, this is a new category of board game unboxing that I did not know was something that I needed in a game. But going forward, if a game doesn't have tape applicators, I don't know if I'm going to be able to justify keeping it in my collection. This is just beautiful. Wow. This time I'm going to do all three and then take them off in sequence instead of doing one at a time. My word. All right, let's try it. We have first one, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh. It's the little things in life. You don't get to judge me. They're extras. And what good value. Right. Is this how it could be for all the games that have dual layered punch board stuff? Dual layered boards? So if it is, I am now extremely angry and disappointed in all the board game publishers that have robbed me of this experience. Ooh. So nice. Yeah, I was a little hesitant about this one beforehand because I think there are three designers that worked on it, and it looks like for all of them, this is their first and only major game. One of the designers did work on the Team Play DLC for Adrenaline, which is the expansion. But other than that, it looks like this was their first design. So we'll have to see how it goes. Like I said, I've heard good things, but kind of tenuous when you don't know what their other work is. But everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Wow, what an experience that just was. Whew. Alrighty. And we're gonna grab our last 2 bags here. Yeah, no need to worry about boards warping based on glue and shipping. Absolutely. I am 100% down to do it this way forever and always from now on. In fact, I prefer to do it this way. Okay, we'll put those there. And we need one more biggish bag for these last miscellaneous components. My little extra glue tab, it looks like a little bunny comb. I'll just stick that there for good memory's sake. Okay, and we'll put our cathedral in here, along with these unique mining tile thingamabobs. I'm assuming this is a player token and these little trackers. Ah, perfect. Look at that. Woo! Very nice. Okay, put our rules in here and our cover. Wonderful. Well, thank y'all for joining me. This was a super, super exciting day. I'm very excited to try out Kuntahora. I'm very excited to try out the smart expansion for Nurishima Hex. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to get this played on Thursday and update with my thoughts on it. Huge thank you to our sponsor, Noble Knights. Yeah, it's really great having a sponsor that's just like, all right, what do you want? Instead of saying, hey, can you unbox this game or can you review this game? Because this is one that I was really excited about just personally, and then Noble Knight had it and was nice enough to send me a copy. So very, very excited. If you want to show them some love and help out the channel, again, that link is down in the description. Get yourself something nice. You deserve it. Let's be honest. All right, and maybe get yourself Kuntahora, even just for the unboxing and the adhesive glue double layered boards. That was quite the experience. But thanks again to everybody who joins. Super great having y'all here live. Thanks for everybody watching in the future, and I will see you next time. Bye.